Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Well, here we go. It is Tuesday. Yeah, a short week. Thanks to President's Day. The KVJ After the Show podcast. Brought to you by Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Yeah.
I saw that you and Panda had some buds over the weekend.
We did.
Did you try the crab cakes and all that?
I had the oysters, and Panda had the buffalo chicken sandwich. Rocco had the corn fritters, and he loved them.
Kids love.
Oh.
That's the one thing I'm very happy about. Kids love the corn fritter, but they really like the bird sauce. A lot of kids are just eating the bird sauce just with a spoon.
Yeah. Rocco dips his fry into the bird sauce, sucks all the bird sauce off the fry, and then dips the fry back in the bird sauce.
It's a good sweet sauce.
I get that. I did that as a kid all the time. I'd always eat things with just a spoon. Relish, I'd do that. Liverwurst, I would do that.
Liverwurst.
Oh, I used to eat some shitty shit.
Oh, that's terrible. Some shitty shit.
It's interesting when you use shit as an adjective and as a noun.
Go,
amazing.
Go try the bird sauce today.
Okay. Let me see. Got a whole bunch of stuff about Jaybird today. My gosh. A lot of comments about you, my friend.
What did I do?
Well, this one says, my son and I listen to the ride to school every morning from 6:45 to 7:10, and Jason's been doing a commercial for Pompano Chevy saying to bring in your tax return. But I think the wording's a little confusing. Wouldn't you mean tax refund? With identity theft, I don't think you want to show your tax returns.
Everyone's a critic.
Yeah, that's from Stewart. Yeah.
I hear you. I think you know what I meant.
A lot of comments about people that loved you running the controls. Katerina said, I'm a little bit behind on the podcast, and I listened to both the regular and the After the Show podcast. Anyhow, I love Jason on the controls. Honestly, it made the dirt of the day better and worth listening to.
Damn, Dirt's been taking a lot of shit from people lately.
It has been.
You're taking that shit from people?
No, tell him to kiss my white ass.
It's not really, it's not a comment on Virginia. It's just entertainment news in general. It's all the same.
Somebody pulled me aside at the bar at Dirty Martini,
Yeah.
and they were all hammered. They go, oh, seriously? And I didn't have a lick of alcohol at Dirty Martini. Seriously, no one's listening. Tell me, how do you really feel about the dirt of the day? Do you really fucking hate it? I'm like, why are people trying to get that headline from me?
Just trying to make drama.
Trying to make that drama.
You know, we always look at everything that we do, and last time we did it, we had a group of people in here, KVJ listeners, and said, what do you think of the dirt of the day? And it got some of the highest marks of all the stuff that we did. So
there was only three people in that meeting, but still,
yeah, they all three loved it. So yeah, maybe we'll put one of those things again together and try to see where everybody is with everything we do.
I got just that. I got the Bachelor podcast today, so I'll be on the ones and twos.
You are
working that control.
All right, impressive stuff. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. And this is a pretty good idea from Justin. Said after hearing and loving when Jason was running the board, I was left needing more. I throw no shade at Jaybird because I haven't a clue on how to run a radio board. And that being said, I was wondering if Kev would take a few minutes to do a video showing the viewer a crash course of what it's like to run the board. Pretty much what Kevin was, as smugly as possible, telling Jason to do when he couldn't get, anything to work that day.
Oh, so smug that day Kevin was.
Mm-hmm. Like walk us through playing the clips for the dirt of the day, potting things up, the Vox screen is what I think you called it, and how to take a caller and do commercials and all that kind of good stuff. I just love the behind-the-scenes stuff of all that, and there is a rather big bonus in for the show. If it's super complicated, Jason is a bit vindicated. If Kevin is able to explain it simply in a short video, he gets to be at full-blown Smugs Bunny as he takes the video, which to me sounds hilarious. Only thing funnier than Dickie Rance is Smugs Bunny. So there you go.
Smugs does have a tone. Kev gets his grin on his face. Just take us out of commercial. Yeah, go ahead. His voice, it's the key of smug. His voice drops into the key of smug.
He loves to watch you flounder.
I get it. It's fun.
Kristen from Jupiter said, I just listened to the podcast from Thursday where you read the misconnections from Craigslist. This isn't the first time I've heard this bit, but loved it on the After the Show podcast so y'all could freely give commentary. Hysterical. I was literally cringing in my car and laughing at the same time. I'm disgustingly fascinated. I even made my husband listen to it. Kevin, you got to keep doing this. Your voices are epic. Keep doing what you do, y'all. So there you go.
We can, we'll bring back misconnections if you want.
Yeah, try doing it on a weekly basis. We'll absolutely bring that back. Let me see. This is from Jason. He said, hey, you work so hard to try to build an audience, yet at the same time, certain topics can offend people. Jerby can break his promises on ringtones, or Virginia can go vicious V on the listeners. Seems like a no-win situation. How do you know where the line is? What has been the key to your success in broadcasting?
Still with the ringtones? Is that the same guy? Let me get that guy's email. I'm gonna give him ringtones.
Yeah, he really wants them ringtones. There you go.
You better give him the ringtones now. You've said it on the podcast.
Give me a month.
That guy's gonna lambaste him if he doesn't give
He's
the
giving it
ringtones
to Denny's
now.
right away. Like, he ran right in there, gave it right to Denny, so it's his responsibility.
No, it's not. But he's gonna help me. He helps me stay organized. Well, because we had to go to the studio to pull the ringtones and all that, and I'm gonna have to help with that. So he's gonna help me. If we take the email now, I'll fucking
just say it. Denny's is my bitch.
Denny, no, I think I'm more. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're both each other's bitches, to be quite honest with you. I was trying to really work that through.
So anyway, yeah, we'll see if we can't work on that. And let me see, keeping the balance. Yeah, I mean, you're going to do stuff. I think the one thing about it is you've got to with anything you do, not everybody's going to love it, not everybody's going to hate it, and you just got to try to feel that line. I mean, I'd say for us probably a good ratio is anything over like 20-30% of hate, where people are just like, that's just god awful, or they hate it. Then I'm like, okay, maybe we need to. So that's kind of it. But you go on field, that's probably the hardest thing. I've talked about before, like when you're talking about the dirt of the day and things like that. We get just little like sniper comments. And a lot of times people that hate will say more than people that love it. If somebody really loves, like for instance, we're talking about the dirt of the day, a lot of the people really love it aren't going, man, I love that dirt. I'm so glad you guys do it 4 times a day. You're really just going to hear from people that are going, I hate the dirt and this and that. So sometimes it's hard to gauge, what the true whole of the audience loves just on some of the hater comments. And that's why you try to get a bigger focus group together so that those people can say, okay, do you like it? Do you not?
I think, too, just accepting the fact and just coming to a place of peace no matter what you say or do. In any field, you're going to always get people that no matter how awesome something could be, people are going to tear you down. And I think once you accept that, that's just a human truth of this world. I think you're able to kind of, with confidence, go and tote that line a little bit more.
I think what we do, it's a culmination. You just get a feel. When you're out, either you see social media, you see emails, you talk to people on the street, and you kind of get an idea that, okay, people like this or people don't like that. And so it's an inexact science, and we do the best we can gauging from all that kind of stuff. But you don't know.
I'm usually more concerned when there's no feedback whatsoever.
Right.
I'd rather either you say you hate it or like it, but if there's crickets,
one thing
to me, that's when I'm like, that's not good.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So we just try to be ourselves and put out what we put out. So a big thing for us really is. It's not a selfish thing, but our best gauge is believing in what we know and what we find amusing. So we try to talk about things a lot of times that engage us and make us laugh, and then we just hope that other people laugh along. That's the best way to do it.
Trust your gut.
That's it, yeah.
I think that's something everybody should do, and I think a lot of people, they feel that gut, that feeling, and they ignore it. Trust your gut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yep.
So we do that as much as we can. Luckily, we're in a position where they let us, trust our gut for the most part.
That's
it's
good.
Not a lot of stuff because, we're in Miami. We didn't have that.
But ultimately, you really don't know, especially if it's new stuff. You don't know what's going to work or not sometimes. It's kind of like what a stand-up comedian does. They don't know everything that they say is going to be well received. You just got to kind of go for it.
That's why they do a lot of test shows before they do something big on like HBO or Netflix. They'll go out and play about like 10 clubs just to kind of like be like, okay, that joke works, that joke's not.
They do
take that out.
I think it was Chris Rock that was talking when he's trying to do some new stuff. He's getting ready to do a special. He'll go out to some underground clubs and just start trying out some new shit and see what works, what doesn't work, which I think is really cool.
That is cool.
He's popped in the Improv in Palm Beach just for that reason. You're going, how do we get Chris Rock here? And he'll just do a one-off show, and that's it. He just wants to go into a sample market and see how it works.
That's cool if you're there and you don't realize he's going to be there, and then you see him, you're like, what the hell?
Sometimes they will do that completely
That's
unannounced.
fun.
I love stories like that with comedians. I like when you hear about musicians where a guy, all of a sudden, he's playing an open mic. You're like, holy shit, is that John Mayer playing at an open mic right now?
Yeah.
Doing cool things like that. I love that.
Yeah.
This email from John said, I want to ask for a bit to be brought back. It is always hilarious when it's pulled off. It's hilarious when it's not pulled off. It also needs to go away quickly after it comes back because it quickly loses flavor. But like the Shamrock Shake, it's great to see for a limited time. The bit is simply one word, up dog.
I've gotten Ann twice. I want to see if I can get her one more time. It's been over a year and a half since I've done
What's
it.
up, dog?
I love it.
I think we can get her again, man.
I love it. Oh my gosh, up dog never gets old.
And if you
When
don't,
you get somebody going, up, dog, what's up, dog?
well, I think we should have Denny's call Ann and do it.
oh, he'll definitely get her.
Even if he doesn't get her, he's right. It's gonna be awesome to hear her attack.
That could be good, yeah.
That would be great.
Kelvin sent an email, said, after listening to Jaybird rant about how no one else belongs in the snack pack or junk food community besides himself, I had to write in, I had to call him out.
When did I say that? Was I drunk?
Well, I don't know. I think he feels that there's an attitude that
I
they
never-
would throw out.
He thinks that he is
the representative
alpha
of the,
and omega
No,
of snacking.
Yeah.
What I said was Virginia. I do not think I'm above anybody in the snack community, but what I don't like is Virginia trying to act like she's part of the snack community when she's got this froofy, ritzy horse shit she likes to eat.
I do eat an upper crust snack, but you're not the fucking king of snacks.
I never said that I was the only one. What the fuck wrote that? This is the ringtone guy.
It's
No.
ringtone guy.
It's another one.
Damn it.
Man,
There's a lot of comments about you today.
They're all over me today.
Yeah, I love both Lay's and Doritos, but the problem with the Doritos is it has one good flavor, Cool Ranch. Lay's has much more to offer, and they're all solid like ranch, sour cream, and onion, barbecue, both sweet and hickory, and so much more.
Yes.
Also, I had my birthday celebration this past weekend, and I wanted to try to find some great new pizza for my cheat day. So I decided to drive all the way out from Broward to Lake Park to try Camille's, and let me tell you, that was some of the most bland pizza I have ever eaten.
Oh, shit.
Well,
I
I
think-
mean, look, then don't fucking eat Camille's then. You're like, I got a steak in the restaurant over
I
here.
think he's calling you out for you being trying to be the sole spokesperson of the snack community, and he's saying you are not always on point, my friend.
I think you love Camille's because it's nostalgic.
No,
He
come
says,
here.
I think
grew
Jaybird
up
loves it.
eating it.
Yeah, he
Okay.
said he has good childhood memories of it, but in reality, the
Yes.
place is mediocre at best and was not worth the 80-minute drive.
Well, look, okay, I apologize that you know what? I don't fucking apologize. You're an adult. Own it.
Jaybird's emotions to these places means he cannot properly gauge the quality of the food.
Oh, damn.
I'm also sad to say that because I was put off by Camille's. I passed on the chance to try Bud's. Thanks a lot, Jerby.
Now, Bud's is good. You got to get into Bud's.
Yeah.
They're both great establishments. And if he's talking about Saturday, I ordered it from Saturday as well.
Yeah.
And I, too, thought it was a little bland that day. And I even said it to Jen and Denny's. I said, it's weird. Today seems a little bland today. I mean, I'm not so blinded.
Was
now
it bland day at
I don't know. And this is not me ripping on them.
Now, with 30% less flavor,
No.
just on Saturday.
For those of you that hate flavor.
Screw this,
You
man.
want all the calories and none of the taste?
No, fuck this. No, these guys are off on this one.
30% more calories.
You know, I was going to defend it, but you guys are doing your own little vaudeville show over here.
And it's fun.
I love Camille's, and if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. I'm really sorry about that.
Elena said, hey, I'm listening to the Valentine's After the Show podcast, and I heard you talking about pegging.
Okay.
Well, I never heard that term, so I looked it up on Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
I'm putting this in the screenshot because not only are they nice enough to give you the definition, but they also provide a script to act out pegging. Please assign a part to everyone so that I can see what it says here. Holy cow.
Well, we know what pegging is.
Yeah.
I think we know who's taking it, too.
Pegging, if you don't know, it's anal sex reversed. Instead of the man sticking his penis up the woman's butt, the woman wears a strap-on and sticks it up the man's butt.
No, I've never pegged before.
This is the first time for everything. Stop being so uptight.
For a sudden death challenge, if we're all involved, imagine if we went off the rails and said, all right, we're doing it. This week,
Jaybird, you're getting pegged.
Someone's getting pegged. Don't get that low number.
Yeah, there you go. Wow. And yes, they do have a script that is involved there.
A script?
Yeah, it's just kind of like an example of what it is, but it's
Oh,
not unrelated to
I
pegging.
thought somebody took the time to write it out.
Yeah. This is from Kristen. She said, at the end of 015 or beginning of 016, Jason had 2 vivid dreams about what he thought 016 was going to be for him. One of the dreams was about the show members gathering around a cell phone that was glowing in the sky and everyone was crying. The other dream was about Jason living in an apartment by himself and Denny's had moved out. At the time, Jason felt like these dreams were signs of what 016 was going to be. Looking back, Jason, do you think those dreams accurately represented 016 for you? Denny's did move out in 016 and get his own place with his girlfriend. Jaybird is alone again, naturally.
Yeah, I'm solo in my place right now. It's
Yeah.
very silence is a loud animal.
But what about the cell phone in the sky that people were weeping towards?
Well, I thought originally it was, I think the talk was that Jen, Denny's girlfriend, was going to be pregnant. That did not turn out to be true.
Come on, Denny's, you better get after it.
Oh, I think my boy's after it. I just think he practices safe sex. Yeah, I don't know. Looking back, were there tears? A lot of tears in 016.
Not that many.
Yeah.
Did you guys like 016? I think we all kind of did not like 016.
I didn't love it.
I didn't love
016 was
016.
a weird year.
I didn't like 016 at all.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it wasn't, I don't know. I think for me, a lot of it, the election really soured the whole year.
I was just ready for 017 to
A
get
lot of it.
along.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people felt that way.
How do you guys feel about the way the New Year's going? Do you like it?
I'm loving 17, yeah. So far, it's fantastic. Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm like every day, every weekend, I'm like, oh, man, I had a great weekend. I look back, I'm like, what a fun weekend. I'm just loving it.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think part of it's the weather. I mean, I was just kind of walking around yesterday. I'm like, it's just breathing is just easy and it just feels good.
It helps when there's nice weather. I've noticed people are in better moods, man.
Yeah, it's true.
It is a big deal. And I mean, honestly, for like people up north, I mean, that's tough. I don't know how they get it. But, you know, I mean, my thing is I still love Florida, and I'm happier to be in the heat in the summer than I'm in the cold in the winter.
When we have good weather, especially during a certain time of the day, like around 5:30, you can go out, and I don't know if you guys ever feel this, but I can feel like a physical thing happen in my body, almost like a high from nature. You ever get that where everything seems really vivid? You can hear
Yeah.
everything. It's
Yeah.
almost like a very cool dream, and it's very peaceful and serene.
It's weird. A lot of times it is about the weather. When it's just crisp and beautiful and just nice, yeah, there's something about it. I don't know if it's because you're comfortable and you're at a place of peace.
It just seems like everything, I don't know,
Yeah.
everything's kind of working in unison for a second in the
Honestly,
world.
if you're having a miserable time right now with this weather, then I feel for you because it's, yeah. I mean, unless you just love heat and humidity. But yeah, I'm drinking it all in. I mean, I'm excited. I mean, this week is Honda Classic. I'm excited about that. There's so many things I'm excited about. Next week starts spring training baseball.
That's a fun, both events are
Excited
fun.
about that. March Madness with basketball is right around the corner. That's fun. St. Patty's Day is right around the corner.
You're right.
The Sunfest is coming up, and then after that, it's all hell. But I mean, up until then,
I
it's
really
fantastic.
loved that PGA event. The
It's fun, yeah.
the golf game. What's it called? The golf
Honda
event?
Classic?
Yeah, Honda Classic. The golf event.
Golf day?
Golf day. Golf day is so much easier.
Pumpkin, you call it golf day.
I deserve a pumpkin for that shit.
Just call it golf day.
I didn't
we
see-
know what you mean.
I didn't sleep very well. The last hour of the show is really not making much sense. I apologize.
So, yeah, no, there's a lot of exciting stuff going on that I'm pumped about. Talking about baseball, I don't know if you saw your old boy Rick Ankiel made the news.
What's up with him?
He'd done an interview talking about his first 2 starts of the 2001 season for the Cardinals and admitted that he drank vodka. He said that his nerves were so intense, and this start came after his meltdown in the 2000 playoffs when he became the first major league pitcher to throw 5 wild pitches in 1 inning since 1890.
I remember watching that live with my buddies, and we were like, "Oh my gosh, he's got the yips, or what is that called? The yips or the gips? When you the shanks?
What is that?
I think it's called the yips.
I
It's
don't
when
know
you,
what you're talking
It's when you can't throw a ball. It's in your head, and
Okay.
it just. I mean, you have no idea where it's gonna go. It's a real thing where it's a mental
Right.
thing. Mackie
Yeah.
Sasser from the Mets used to have that where. he's a strong catcher. He couldn't throw the ball back to the pitcher. He'd throw over his head. He'd throw it in the ground because it's all in his head. And I believe it's called the yips.
Okay, that sounds right.
He had that, and I remember talking to him after. He was a really nice dude, old Rick. I really liked him.
Oh yeah, no, Rick's a real solid guy. He came
So
out
does
to
vodka help the yips?
Well, here's what he said. He said in the second start, he started throwing balls again as the anxiety took over the alcohol, and he realized after that start that drinking wasn't an answer for his problems. And the amazing story about Rick, did he grow up in, was it Port St. Lucie?
The Pizzle. Yeah, I faced him
twice. Yeah.
Struck out both
he
times.
came out to our second Vanilla Ice house party that we had. And I saw him. I didn't get a chance to say hey to him, but his kid is now up playing at Gardens, like Little League stuff. So he's up there doing that. But, solid dude, and his wife is a big listener to the show, and just great people. But, yeah, it's an amazing story with him because he had been a Major League Baseball pitcher, and he just got those yips or whatever and just couldn't get it out of his head. And so he retaught himself to how to hit really well, and he always had been a good hitter.
But I mean, you got to understand something. To become a major league player from that level to be a pitcher, not make it, and then come back as a position player, it is so hard, Virginia.
Unbelievable. And what he was able to do was just crazy. And he learned how to be an outfielder and came back and made the major leagues again. And I remember watching the game where he came with the Cardinals, and he had his shirt. He gave me one of his shirts. He had the comeback kid.
Yeah, I had that too.
Yeah, and he had his number 24 on it and the plate, and it was a Cardinals shirt and all that kind of stuff. And he came back, and in one game in St. Louis, he hit back-to-back home runs, and they gave him what's called a curtain call, where it's like he came out of the dugout. They were applauding so much, and he had to, kind of like bow to the crowd and all that kind of stuff. And it was a great, when
because
you see
he was down and
someone-
out, and then he comes back and makes it. That was nice.
So it's such a really great story about that. I'm like, hey, the rest of his career, whatever, happens. And
Look, he did more in Major League Baseball than a lot of guys could even come close to doing. And I don't want to brag, but he was on my wiffle ball team one year. He hit the farthest ball I've ever seen a human hit as far as wiffle ball. I could not. You were there for that.
I was there, yeah.
He hit. I swear to God, he hit this ball 250 feet. It was a piece of plastic.
Wow.
It's pretty unbelievable, yeah. So I thought it was an interesting thing, but yeah. I guess, hey, if you're like, wow, I can't, get it going, I guess you try anything you could to like try to kill the nerves or do whatever. So
I mean, I got to drink vodka before every show. So yeah, you guys would know if I was drinking vodka.
Mm-hmm. Boy, it's a crazy photo. Just checking through some of the stuff that's going on today. There is a photo. It's on our Twitter right now if you want to see it at KVJ Show. A half-eaten shark washed ashore at New Smyrna Beach. And this is like it looks like a big old bull shark.
Ooh.
So are they thinking a shark ate a shark?
Either a shark ate a shark or whatever it was. I mean, this looks like a good, probably like, 10 to 15 foot shark. And whatever it was is bigger than this thing.
Maybe it died and then things just started eating it.
I don't think so.
It's not as cool though, Virginia.
Yeah, if you go look at if you come look at the photo, I got it pulled up right here. It is a bite mark of something that is massive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at that. That wasn't just a bunch of little things, because that is a perfect bite mark right across the back end of that shark. Imagine walking across that.
That might be a whale.
That's just up on. Yeah, maybe it is a whale. Or it has a big ass great white or something that got that thing. That's just craziness. Yeah, I remember that one time. I was just driving down, I think it was Congress in West Palm Beach, and there was a shark laying on the side of the road.
I remember that. You told me about it, and I drove by it, and I saw it as well. I think I grabbed it.
It was a while ago, because I think I took a photo of it with my old phone that looked horrible. It was like one of them, when phones first started coming out.
Yeah.
With cameras.
I'm almost certain you had me grab that shark. I remember grabbing a shark and putting it, like a gross dead shark, and putting it in the back of my truck.
What did we do with it?
I don't think we did anything with it, and I think it stayed in my truck for a week and a half.
That's
Really?
disgusting.
Yeah, I'm almost certain that's how that played.
That's just
It was off of it was by Congress, correct?
Yeah, it was just south of I think maybe it was North Lake on Congress.
Yeah, I
Right
remember.
there. That's where it was. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm just driving by and I go, there's a shark on the side of the road.
There's a lot of weird shit on the side of the road in Florida, man.
Yeah.
I just found, I'm so happy. It was on a different YouTube channel. I finally found that guy. Remember that guy I caught pooping on the side of the road?
Yes.
And he's holding the light pole? I finally found that video.
He was really just,
He was holding on like this.
he was bracing himself.
Let's say this is the pole. He's squatting down like that. This is on a major road, just going to town, just like
pooping.
just pooping. People are beeping. He's waving.
Yeah, I guess at some point, like, you just, you don't care, you know?
The sad thing was there was woods right. I mean, he could easily have totally dropped it like it was hot, but behind the building.
It's almost
It
like
was
it's
literally a shit show.
it was a
yeah.
shit show.
I think it's a statement on life. I think it's just like, I don't care, and it's almost like saying, you know what?
That was
Poop
his
on-
excellent-
poop on all of you.
Yeah.
It's the only power he has.
It is. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to drop Duke right here.
You're right. You can take me to jail, but you can't take away my pooping ways.
Yeah, I can poop where I want.
I
Still
kind
got
of
freedom.
makes sense actually.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, somebody said maybe an orca ate it or killer whales. Do they have those off the East Coast?
Oh yeah.
They do.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's scary. That's a
Someone
big bite mark.
Someone told me if you knew how many sharks were around you when you go into the ocean, you would never go in there.
I never do.
That's how many are in there.
I believe them. Yeah, it's not even just that. There's just so many things.
Well, there's so many of them. There's so many videos of people having shark encounters right off the shoreline. They're not deep sea. They're literally walking in the water, and there's sharks around them.
I know, right? Like, what are y'all doing? It's crazy stuff.
I'll take a shark any day over a gator, though.
Yeah.
Get me in the water. I'd rather fight a shark any day. To me, gators will tear that ass up.
Well, gators love to roll and sink to the bottom. So you're done. If he gets you in his grasp and he starts rolling and sinks to the bottom, he brings you with him.
They seem more persistent.
Yeah, and
Yes.
someone tells me alligators, they got water moccasins on the side waiting to just fucking get a jab in on you, too. I
Were
don't
they
know.
like a reptile gang?
Yes, that's how I
Just all
look at
hanging
it.
out?
Tag team.
Yeah, if you have a shot against the gator, here comes the moccasins with a little jab at you.
Never had that image, but yeah. That's why I stay away from pretty much every body of water.
You can't think. It's like eating a hot dog. Don't think how it's made. When you go in the ocean, don't think about what's around
So I
you.
don't even go into it. And I coincidentally don't eat hot dogs.
It's peaceful though. If you do go in the water and kind of get beaten up by the waves, if the waves are going on, I love getting my ass kicked by the ocean. You feel relaxed after.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
It does. It wears you out.
it does. It wears you out.
Snorkeling, that's high energy exercise.
I body surf, bro. That's what I do. I body surf.
Yeah, I remember when I was, I think just around like college age. I went on a spring break trip, and I think it was pretty much the first time I'd like really been to the ocean, all that kind of stuff. We've been drinking all day, all that kind of stuff. And
Sounds safe.
yeah, it's night. I'm out there, and it's kind of
It's
like
night?
Yeah, it was nighttime.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was night. So I'm just out there. I think maybe it was Myrtle Beach or something like that. And I'm just enjoying it, just kind of like floating around, going under, and just popping up. And then all of a sudden, I popped up one time. I look, and there's no lights. I'm like, somebody fucking with me? Like, what's going on? And I looked around and I started walking, and there was no city or nothing. And I'm like, where am I? I had to walk to, I don't know what it was. I don't know how long I was like
The current.
playing that thing, but I popped out. I had to walk 2 hours to our hotel. And I had nothing but I left all my stuff at the beach. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it took forever. I'm like, I got a whole new appreciation for, I don't know what current I was in.
Just gotta watch that undertow. I almost got taken by the undertow as a little kid, and some weird guy saved me. He was covered in hair. This guy. He was like, he almost looked like a caveman.
Maybe a Sasquatch.
Maybe that's why I get that thing. But he saved my life.
Aquatic Bigfoot.
Look,
Could have been Skunk Ape.
I remember it so vividly too.
Saved as a child.
He looked like a caveman. He saved my ass too.
I had somebody save me too. It's
From the
scary-
undertow?
From undertow. It's scary.
Right.
It is no joke.
Again, that's why I just stay at the tiki bar, baby. Just stay at the tiki bar. All righty, that is it for us. This week, we still got some hot tickets for you. We got Universal Park passes. We've still got tickets for the Rib Roundup, going to be coming up in just a couple of weeks. So we'll be hooking you up with that. And tomorrow, it's a Weird Wednesday already.
Wow.
It is, and I just got some information. We got a brand new costume.
Yeah,
That
I
is
know.
not mine. Someone's donating it for tomorrow.
Wow.
Big stuff. All right, so definitely want to lock in for that. for the Wednesday KVJ show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Got any comments, send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.